Hi, my name is Andy Morey, and earlier this year, 2019, I completed the 2-year Dru Yoga teacher training course. So it was 200 hours, and it involved doing, as you might imagine, certain projects and courseworks and teaching practices and a final exam. But I'm now kind of teaching Dru Yoga, and this little video is just for anyone that might be interested in learning Dru Yoga and going on to the teacher training. This is just a few of my experiences and a few things that I thought I'd share. As in 2020, there will be another 2-year course starting in Cornwall. So if you haven't considered Dru Yoga, then maybe this video might give you a bit of information and maybe spark a bit of interest in pursuing training in this style. So I basically have been doing yoga for about 30 years or so, and alongside going to yoga classes, I've also had a lot of interest in doing things like Tai Chi and Qi Kung. And as I've gone through my life, I found huge benefits of doing both of those. But I found that the yoga that I was doing gave me a different feel and a different effect than I got from doing Tai Chi. So from the yoga, the postures and the meditations and the breath work gave me amazing benefits. But I got something different from Tai Chi in terms of particularly the way that the movements were soft and flowing, and the sense that it got energy moving, and there was something about that I really liked and enjoyed, but I didn't seem to get that from any of the yoga classes that I went to. And that was until I went to Dru Yoga. And so Dru Yoga for me was almost the first time that almost like those two elements have been brought together. And Dru Yoga is described as being a soft, flowing, gentle style of yoga. And there's a lot of emphasis on working with energy and also something called the koshas. So the koshas is something I don't really want to go into detail talking about, but within the teaching and the practice of Dru Yoga, it's a way of bringing in lots of different layers to the experience of the movements and the practices, so that you can really kind of experience the yoga in a very, very deep way. It's something that is in most yogas, but Dru Yoga puts a lot of emphasis on this, and Dru Yoga teachers kind of become quite expert in using the koshas. So this is something which quite often differentiates a Dru Yoga class from a lot of classes that you might have been to. So so that's kind of what interested me in it. So when I went to a Dru Yoga class, I would certainly find that when I finished the class, I felt completely different than when I entered the class. There would be the sense that my body had been taken on a step-by-step journey, and from the activation at the beginning, which is the warming up, into these lovely flowing energy block release sequences, which are unique to Dru Yoga, which gave me all that feeling and energy that I got from the Tai Chi. Then moving into more traditional postures and sequences after that, and then the meditation and the breath work and the deep guided relaxations. It's such a beautiful, powerful, subtle system of working that I've just found that if there was ever a style that I was going to teach, as soon as I came across Dru Yoga, I went, this is it. This is what I've been looking for. And so for years I've been looking for, shall I learn yoga? Shall I learn Tai Chi? I just couldn't make my mind up. And so I was fortunate, if you want, that I came across Dru Yoga, and it kind of allowed me to go into something that meant I didn't really have to make that decision. It was the perfect harmony of those two sorts of energies, really. So So that's kind of what attracted me to Dru Yoga. And I suppose one of the other things as well is I have a background in rehabilitation. And one of the things that I've learned in rehabilitation is that I've often needed to work with people who haven't got a lot of physical function. And so I couldn't really go into a gym with them and do things like lunges and squats and press ups and things like that. And so I would have to break things down into smaller, easier movements for them and then gradually build them back up. And as a Dru Yoga teacher, this is fundamental to the practice of teaching Dru Yoga. You learn Dru Yoga teacher probably more than any yoga class that I've ever been in to take all the different postures and simplify them down into something that almost anybody could do, and then build them back up gradually to the full posture. And for that reason, you have got a skill in working with people at all different levels. So it means, okay, that if anyone comes to your class and they are struggling with their posture, with movement, with pain, the chances are they can still do Dru Yoga, because you'll be able to find a level of working with them that they can manage, and they know that they can come to your class. It will be safe. It will be something that they'll be able to do, and as they progress, they'll go to the next stage and the next stage and progress towards the full posture, knowing that their body is on that journey in that direction. But there's no kind of forcing the body to be almost, kind of going beyond its current ability. It's a case of working with the body rather than fighting with it. We try to adapt the posture to the person rather than sort of force the person into the posture, if that makes any sense. That's the kind of way I kind of think about it. So that kind of skill as a teacher kind of means that you become more of an expert on the intricacies of the postures than the average yoga teacher that you might come across. There are plenty of yoga classes that I've been to where people who have got certain aches and pains or movement dysfunctions would just find it very difficult, or even detrimental to their health, really, to actually jump in at that level. So that's worth considering if you're going into teaching. The other thing is, even if you decide that you're not going to teach, over the 2 years that you do the course, you will develop yourself in a way which is just absolutely beautiful. If you practice Dru Yoga on a daily basis, and as you start to learn and utilize in your own life all the different limbs of yoga, and from doing meditations to working with chakras, the postures, putting in the philosophical side, following the yamas and the niyamas. There's all these different aspects to learning and yoga. You will develop as a human being in a way which might surprise you. And it's a really heart-centered yoga. It will open your heart, and you will become a much more compassionate person. You will have a different energy about yourself. It can, in some cases, change your life and open up areas of your life, and opportunities will come to you as your energy becomes different. And people often will notice that before you do. So that can be a gift that Dru Yoga will give to you, even if you never teach it. So as you go through a Dru Yoga teacher training, there is fantastic support. There's always someone on the end of a phone or an email who will get back to you very quickly if you've got questions. There is fantastic online support. So there are videos and all sorts of online guides that you can just click on and review parts of your course online. That's just amazing that you've got that resource at your fingertips. Um, when you go on the courses, the days are structured incredibly well to maximize the learning and to make sure that the days actually feel good to actually go to. So it's not a case that you end up coming away just exhausted by having lots of information thrown at you. So as you go through the day, the practice of doing the different sequences and postures will mean that you will be getting all those benefits on the course. You'll have breaks at the right time and little relaxations in there which will calm you down and relax you, and the whole day flows from one thing almost seamlessly and effortlessly into the next, so that your experience of the course is just kind of a joy, really. And I can say that as someone that's done a lot of different training courses, and I found that some of them just exhaust you, or they just wipe you out by just giving you so much information, or you're just sitting down all day and taking in stuff and writing notes. This is not like that at all. It's very much a doing, experiencing course where there is some kind of note taking and theory side to it, but you're going to be, kind of really involved in each day that you go to. So if you want to kind of see what that's going to be like, go along to a tryout day and just see what it would be like to go and be on a Dru Yoga course. Go to a Dru Yoga class and kind of see what it's like to experience Dru Yoga. And feel free to send me a message and ask me a question if you want to as well. But one of the best things I've ever done and one of the best experiences I've ever had has been completing the 2-year Dru Yoga teacher training. And it is something that, without any hesitation, I could say, if you're thinking about it and you're in two minds, do it. You won't regret it. It will be one of the best things that you ever do. So thank you for listening, and yes, maybe we'll see you at a Dru Yoga event or a class or a teacher training. Whatever you decide to do, I'm sure it'll be the right thing.